Martin acoustic guitars, my favorite acoustic guitars, we'll get to that in a little bit, have released two brand new updates to the John Mayer signature lineup that they have. It's been around for 20 years. This is commemorating 20 years, but we got some interesting stuff. I mean, now, if you've been paying attention, you know that these were leaked a few months ago, but they're out now. And they generally look like what we remember them being leaked as. But there's a few surprising things. There's two different models. We're going to talk about both of those today. We're talking about who they're for and who they're really not for. And maybe some alternatives for you Mayer fans who love the acoustic part of his show. You know it's been huge with the solo tour. It's always been a part of John Mayer and his music, the acoustic guitar. So who better to do it than Martin? They're my favorite. Like I said, nobody does it better, in my opinion. They don't pay me to say that, just my opinion. But let's go. Let's dig in. Let's see what we got going on here. We're going to start with the, we'll say, more reasonable version. Wait, no. Unreasonable. We're going to start with the unreasonable one. Oh, I mean, what I would consider unreasonable. $18,499 for the OM-45 John Mayer 20th anniversary. Listen, I love John Mayer. You know that if you watch this channel. This is in the category, though, of the PRS Super Eagle. There are very few people who are going to be able to afford this. And those of you who can't afford it, you know, I mean, it's obviously a collector's piece. I mean, you don't need this to go play gigs. You definitely don't need this to go play gigs. We'll get to that in a second, because I think that the other versions of this that existed in the past still exist, but the new version that will be more reasonable, I think, is more of a justifiable purchase for somebody who plays gigs, somebody who wants to actually play the guitar. I mean, something is $18,500 US. I would have a hard time taking this thing out and beating it up on a gig. But hey, they're meant to be played. They are meant to be played. So those of you who have Super Eagles, I hope you're playing them. Just be careful, I guess. But it's a super cool guitar. Now, what do you think of the finish? That's the big thing. Both the OM-45 and the OMJM now have this gray smoke burst finish. And I know when everything was leaked, I mean, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how people feel about it. How do you feel about it? Please tell me in the comments. Everything's already blown up on Reddit and Facebook and Instagram. I want to know, though, what do you think of this? And why do you think he went with this color? It's interesting. I know when it was leaked, people were wondering, hey, maybe the color was something that they wanted to tweak. But, I mean, what do you think? Back and sides, neck. I mean, we're looking like a traditional acoustic guitar. Here is a close-up of the finish. Incredible inlays continued into the neck, of course. These are all signed by John Mayer. Was there a count for how many they were going to make? Somebody find that out for me. I'm sure someone knows in the comments. No electronics on this one, which kind of lends to my point. They're not, obviously you can install electronics on any acoustic guitar, and there are some that I would recommend that are not destructive to the instrument themselves, but the instrument itself, but does not come with it. So not surprising, because I don't think that many people are going to be going out and gigging these things. But hey, I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. But again, I think, who is this for? The massive John Mayer fan, the John Mayer fan with 20 grand laying around to spend on one of these. And they're going to be tough to get. They're going to be tough to get. But so that's this one. That's the OM-45. Okay, whatever. Cool. I love it. It's great. Maybe I don't love it. I don't really know what I feel yet. But the OMJM, the new 20th anniversary model, which again will be limited to 2023. I would assume they're going to continue with the regular OMJM model, which, it's on par with the Clapton model. Comes with electronics. It's a very giggable, very nice acoustic guitar. But I will say this, if you're looking for the Mayer acoustic thing, I'm going to show you one of my guitars. I'm going to link some of the guitars below that I think do the job very well from Martin. And again, this, I still think OMJM, high-end guitar, probably for the Mayer fan, because if you're just looking for that orchestra size, 000 size Martin acoustic guitar, there are plenty of other options in the Martin lineup. Both things you can find in the used market, new, that not only do the job, but do it really, really well. I mean, really well. So again, I think this is a more accessible version for the John Mayer super fan. Still not cheap, coming in at $4,000. You're just looking at, some different woods, maybe some less ornate appointments. However, I mean, you do get the signature on this on the fretboard, which I don't think was on the other one. But one of the main differences, though, hey, you get electronics with this one, much like you do with, I believe, the Clapton model as well. I know the other OMJM, you get the Fishman electronics, which I love. Speaking of that, I do have that pickup in my my guitar, which was inspired by John Mayer back in the day. So you know what? Let's switch back to the full view. I'm going to grab my guitar. Oops. And, I just picked this up. It's in Dadgad, which is so not a John Mayer tuning. That's kind of funny. So this is, if you look inside the sound hole, it's actually, I get a lot of questions about this in comments of videos that I've used it on, but this is a custom guitar, but it's really a 000 16 RGT. It did not come with electronics. I bought that. Well, I didn't buy this. It was actually very special. It was given to me by my grandfather. This was made in 2001. I've had it since then. I got it new at Guitar Center. Shout out to Guitar Center. Even though you kicked me out, go check out that video if you haven't seen it yet. But I still love you, Guitar Center, because you allowed me to have this guitar, my most favorite prized guitar. The one material possession you would go and save. But again, this was inspired by John Mayer. Let me see if I can get you a better shot. By John Mayer. He plays these size guitars. It looked like Mayer's guitar, kind of generally. I like it. It's a little bit more manageable size guitar than your full Dreadnought. But again, they don't make this anymore, but they make things that are similar. And I'm going to link all those below because, again, I think this is, we're talking about John Mayer fandom here. And it's hard to justify for a lot of us purchasing a guitar that is upwards of, hey, listen, everybody's different. $4,000 is a lot. $18,500 is a lot. And this finish it could be polarizing. I don't know. You tell me what you think, but, it's exciting. Anytime we get a new Mayer thing, it's exciting, whether it's music, gear, an Instagram post, whatever the case may be. But I really want to know, who do you think these guitars are for? I gave you my opinion. OM-45, 18 grand. I mean, again, there is some shock value to this too. It's because they can make this. Why not do it? Of course, there's going to be a couple people who buy it, but why not do it? Whatever. It's there. And the same thing with OMJM. They're going to sell a lot more of those. I would assume. But again, only for 2023, and I'm guessing they're just going to go back to the other normal OMJM that's been available the entire time, which is a very giggable guitar. Again, very giggable, very playable. Plenty of people have $4,000 guitars that they play the crap out of, and this will be no different, I'm sure. But again, I'm kind of up in the air on this finish. I don't know. It's cool though. Mayer doesn't do anything by accident when it comes to aesthetics, so I would love to know how he arrived at that finish. We know how he arrived at the Silver Sky finishes. They're very car-inspired, automotive-inspired. There are clear inspirations to a lot of those colors on the Silver Sky, both the core model and the SE, but I don't know about this one. Not sure. Be interested to know how he arrived there, but the video is all about what you think. I want to know. I really want to know. I'll try to respond to every comment I can. Again, I'll link to some other Martin 000 auditorium orchestra, size, smaller acoustic guitar options that are out there that I like. One of which I have. It's in a case over there. I'm not going to go grab it, but it's the all mahogany 000. Very affordable when compared to some of these. Looks different, sounds different, but hey, the shape is there, feel is there, and it's a Martin. Can't go wrong. So hey, Martin, why don't you send me one of each? Send me one of each. More than 20 grand of guitars to a relatively small YouTuber to demo. I'll wear my Marty Music costume. Love that guy and what he does. And hey, maybe he'll get one of these and demo it for all of us. But Martin, if you're listening, you want to send me one, I will absolutely take either one of these. I'll take the old OMJM, the normal one that looks like this. Whatever. I'd love to demo it. I've picked them up in stores. They're amazing guitars. They're great. But I want to see that finish in real life. I want to see it. I want to bring it to you people on this channel, the subscribers, thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed, please do. It helps. It helps to convince people like Martin to send me things if you subscribe to the channel. And again, I will link below to some guitars that will, if you purchase one through that link, it'll help me out as well. But if nothing else, just check them out and see what else Martin has to offer. If you're into the Mayer thing, we're all into the Mayer thing. Who isn't? He's great. Phenomenal. We'll see you in the next one.